All right, so we are on day 5. No, 6.
6.
We're on day 6. Wow, I can't believe that. We're almost the actual weekend. I do want to say this before we completely begin this, that I am Samantha Biddy. My website will be coming soon. I'm with Angelic Soul Creations, and this is Megan McMullen. And she has a dream interpretation book, right? And
Yeah.
she does have a website. Those will be down in the descriptions below.
Yeah. There you go.
They are in the descriptions of the other videos. I just want to say it before I forget. I was like,
Yeah.
that'd be great to add in here.
Yeah. That's who I am. And that's who you are. Okay, let's do the partner first since we're on time schedule.
Yeah.
And that way we can use the rest of the time to chat and so, or like going through this page.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
sound
fine.
good?
Yeah. So what is your spirit word and abundant word today?
I'm gonna go with eternal overflowing, but it's just spirit word, I think.
Eternal overflowing pool. It's just when I write it down, it helps me with my memory. Mine is spirit abundance.
Spirit
I
abundance.
kept wanting to say spirit yesterday, so I'm like, all right, today's spirit.
Okay. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
My awareness of eternal me is as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
You are aware of eternal you as abundance. You are all that eternal is now.
It's true. My awareness of eternal me is as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
You are aware of eternal you as abundance, and you are all that eternal is now.
My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
And you are aware of the eternal you that as abundance, and you are all that eternal is now.
Thank you. My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good, because you are aware of the eternal you as abundance. You are all that eternal is now.
My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good, because I see that you are aware of the eternal you as abundance. You are all that eternal is now.
Thank you. It's true. My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good, because I see that you are aware of the eternal you as abundance, and you are all that eternal is now.
My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good, because I definitely see that you are aware of the eternal you as abundance, and you are all that eternal is now.
Thank you for witnessing, Sam. My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good. I see that, Megan. I see that you are aware of the eternal you as abundance now, and that you are all that eternal is in this present moment now.
Thank you. My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Good, because I definitely see that you're aware of eternal you as abundance, and you are all that eternal is right in this moment now.
Yeah. When I'm aware that eternal me is my supply, that my as my supply is my supply, I am present to being lavishly fulfilled in every moment.
Good, I see that you love that lavishness because you are aware of the eternal you as abundance, and you are so all that is eternal is now.
Last one. My awareness of eternal me as my supply is my supply. So anytime I'm present to me being eternal and always supplying myself, I will continue to supply and fulfill myself. And this makes me present to being lavishly, completely, wholly fulfilled now.
Good, because I see that you are aware of the eternal you as abundance, and you are all that eternal is now. So do I start back at the top where we were just, or we go back down? I just had a brain fart.
Yeah, you go back, you go down. So your reading partner B says your awareness of eternal you.
Okay. Yeah, I just need to make a little line right there because I get confused. Okay. Your awareness of eternal you as your supply is your supply. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Thank you. I am aware of eternal me as abundance. I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because your awareness of eternal you as your supply is your supply. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I am 100% aware of eternal me as abundance. I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because your awareness of the eternal you as your supply is your supply. You are now present to being lavishly fulfilled in the now moment.
Thank you, Samantha. I know that I am aware of eternal me as abundance. I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because I see that you're aware of you, eternal you as your supply. And because of that, that is your supply. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I am aware of eternal me as abundance, so much abundance. And I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because I see that your awareness of eternal you as your supply is your supply and fills you up with that abundance and supply. And you are present to being fulfilled in the present now.
I am aware of eternal me as abundance. I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because I definitely see that your awareness of eternal you as your supply is your supply. And you are present to being fulfilled now.
Lavishly.
Sorry, lavishly, lavishly.
I am aware of eternal me as abundance. I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because your awareness is very keen because you want to be that lavishly.
Very keen.
So your awareness of your eternal you as your supply is your supply. And you are very present to the awareness of being lavishly fulfilled now.
Thank you. I am aware of eternal me as abundance and joy and love and acceptance. And I am all that eternal is now.
Good, because I definitely see your awareness of eternal you as your supply. And as that supply is your supply. And you are definitely present to your lavishly fulfilled now.
Thank you. I am aware of eternal me as abundance, so much abundance, everything I see and don't see. I am all that eternal spirit is now.
Oh, good, because your awareness of eternal you as your supply is your supply. And you're present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Thank you for that witnessing. I appreciate that. And I acknowledge that you see that I am aware of eternal me as abundance. And I am all that eternal is now in every moment.
Yes, you are. And as your awareness of the eternal you as your own supply is your supply. And you are present to being lavishly fulfilled in this moment now.
Yeah, I am aware of eternal me as abundance. So much abundance. Nothing is lacking. So, and I am all that spirit is now.
Goodness is the last one. So your awareness of eternal you as your supply is the supply, and you are present to being lavishly supplied and fulfilled right now.
Thank you. I am aware of eternal me as abundance, and I am all that eternal is now.
Wah, wah. Make sure you get that lavish, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's so funny. So now we go back to the top, and then I go through it as partner A. Okay. My brain's on, but it's like in the middle. I'm trying to flip that switch all the way on.
Right. It's your tea. You don't have any tea.
Yes, I do. I actually did it with some caffeine today, so maybe that's why. The caffeine is actually affecting my brain. Okay, so my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my supply, and I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I see that you are aware of spirit you as abundance. You are all that spirit is now.
Well, thank you, Megan, because my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my supply, and I am present to the lavish fulfillment now.
Your awareness, you are aware of spirit you as abundance, so much abundance, and you are all that spirit is now.
Yes, I am, because my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my supply, and I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Yeah. Your awareness, Samantha, of spirit you as abundance is amazing, and you are all that spirit is now.
Well, thank you, because my awareness as spirit me as my supply is my supply, and my present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I acknowledge that you are aware of spirit you as abundance. You are all that spirit is now.
Thank you, because my awareness as spirit me as my supply is my supply, and it fills me up because I am also present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I am witnessing your awareness of spirit you as abundance through these exercises because you are all that spirit is now.
Oh.
Mm.
That's true, because my awareness as spirit me as my supply is my supply. And I am so present as being fulfilled lavishly now.
Yeah. You are aware of spirit you as abundance, all the abundance, what you see and don't see. You are all that spirit is now.
Ooh. Well, that's true, because my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my supply. And I am present to being lavishly supplied and fulfilled now.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing to witness that you are aware of spirit you as abundance. You are all that spirit is now.
Well, thank you, because my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my super fulfilled supply. And I am so aware of being lavishly fulfilled now.
Your awareness of being spirit you as abundance is amazing, and you are all that spirit is now.
Well, thank you, because my awareness of spirit me as my supply is my supply. And I am present to being fulfilled lavishly now.
Yeah. You are aware of spirit you as abundance, wealth, joy, acceptance, love, all of it, because you are all that spirit is now.
I am. And as I speak of my awareness, I'm just seeing all this lavish abundance flowing through me, because I'm aware that spirit me as my supply is my supply. And I am so present to being lavishly fulfilled in the now.
Yeah. It's amazing to witness because you are aware of spirit you as abundance, total abundance, and so much flow. You are all that spirit you is now.
Thank you. And this is
Yes.
the last one.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm finally doing it right. All right. So my awareness as spirit me as my supply is my supply. And I am present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Yep. You are aware of spirit you as abundance. You are all that spirit is now. Your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply. It's the awareness that's key. And you are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I am aware of spirit me as abundance, and I am all that spirit is now.
You are spirit and spirit is you. And your awareness of spirit, you as your supply is your supply. Awareness is key. It's just awareness. And you are present to this awareness of being totally, wholly fulfilled, lavishly fulfilled.
Well, thank you, Alfonso, because I am aware that spirit me as abundance is amazing, and I am all that spirit is now.
Yeah. You are your awareness of spirit, you as your supply is your supply. So if you're not having supply, then maybe you're not aware of it. And if you are having supply, you are totally aware. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I am, because I am aware as spirit me as abundance, because I am abundant, and I am all that spirit is now.
Very true. It's amazing to witness that your awareness of spirit, you as your supply, is your supply. So, so good. You are present and aware to being lavishly fulfilled in every moment.
I am, thank you. I'm so aware of spirit me as abundance, and I am all that spirit is right now.
Yeah. Your awareness of spirit, you as your supply, is your supply. You are being present in this moment to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Your yawning is contagious.
I know, I can't help it.
Well, that's what happens when you get up at 6 in the morning. Well, you get up at 5. I get up at 5:45. I am aware of a spirit me as abundant, and I am all that spirit is now.
Yeah. Your awareness of spirit, you as your supply, is your supply. It's also my supply. You know what I mean? Witnessing you be aware supplies me with so much joy. And you are present to being lavishly fulfilled now and now and now and now. Now.
Amen. Amen, sister. Because I am aware of spirit me as abundance, and I am all that spirit is in this present moment right now and in the future.
Yeah. Samantha, witnessing your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply is phenomenal. And I'm just so grateful for it. And you are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
I definitely am. As I'm aware as and of spirit me as abundance. And I know that I am all that spirit is now and in the future.
Yeah, I'm witnessing it. Your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Mhm. I am, because I'm aware of spirit me as the abundance. And I am all that spirit is now.
So true. Your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply. You are present to being lavishly fulfilled now.
Boom, boom, boom. I am so aware of spirit me as abundance. And I am all that spirit is in this present moment now.
Your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply. And it's teaching so many people when you have that awareness and you share that awareness with the group and stuff. It's so amazing because you are present to being lavishly fulfilled in every moment. And so much gratitude. It's amazing.
Thank you, because I definitely am aware that spirit me is abundant, and I am all that spirit is now and in the future.
I got last one. Okay. Samantha, your awareness of spirit you as your supply is your supply. So anytime that you're feeling that you're not having a supply, you're wrong. You just have to have your awareness of it. So putting your attention on focusing on the supply, and you will be supplied, and you have been supplied because you are present to being wholly, completely, totally filled up to the brim so lavishly in every moment.
Thank you, because I totally am aware that I am spirit and spirit is me, and we are abundant, and I am all that spirit is in the present moment now.
Booyah.
Boom, boom, boom. That kind of the ending part, what you said, went back to what I was going to talk about yesterday. because I do want anybody that's watching to be aware, like, it's okay to have bad moments or bad days, because yesterday was not a perfect day for me. Like, I uh, yesterday, I also did some experiment, like not experimenting, but I was like, I really want this, so I'm going to do it, like the intuitive eating type of thing. Um, but I did notice like having stuff that was more carby, like bread, and I was like craving pizza because I haven't had that in a while. It definitely affected me, my body, which my body was then affecting me emotionally. Like I was just emotionally irritated, like almost all day yesterday. I was like, I just want to go home. Like, like it
Yeah.
was just everything. So now I truly see like why, but people just don't know how to present that like in a better way, like why people harp on you about what you put in your body. They make you feel like eating healthier is just because you need to be healthier, or you're because you might be, the way some people put it off, make it, I come to this realization that it seems some for me, I used to take it as they're all, people are always harping at me because I'm overweight or I'm this or I'm that. But I was taking it personally, and I think a lot of people do, especially if they don't love themselves or their body in the moment that they're in. And but they also just come off wrong because they don't know how to explain that. So
Yeah.
it feels good to really come to that realization that truly eating healthier is not only helping your body, but it's helping you mentally. Because when your body is fulfilled and feeling the love and getting what it actually needs, then it's helping you mentally as well, because then it starts syncing up the way it needs to.
Yeah, I think what people forget is that like um we just need to listen to our bodies. Our bodies will tell us what foods feel good and which ones don't. And healthy is relative to your body.
Yeah.
One person's healthy diet that gets them free of cancer or whatever is another person's like disease. And so it's like to tell somebody that everyone needs to be on a specific diet because this one diet works for everybody, it's not true. And I agree with you, like that's something that I've really been coming back to is like listening to my body because I'm like, I don't know, 40 days without sugar now
Wow.
and like added sugar or whatever. And like sweets and stuff like that. Cause I was just like on a sugar craving, like cake, like I was constantly eating sugar. It's like I was like having like a snack, whatever, like a dessert almost every time after I would eat some food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like if I didn't have a satisfying meal, I would have it. So last night I had some peanut butter and jelly, and the jelly has a lot of sugar in it. And so I'm still allowing myself some fruit, but this wasn't real, like this isn't all fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I couldn't sleep. I was coughing so much. And it was
Yeah.
like I was having drainage. And I realized like that's the thing. It was like, but I also have the same problem. Like when I have a lot of dough, I get irritable and I also feel unworthy. Like my serotonin levels go away. Like I feel like I can't accomplish anything. Like I feel so unworthy. Like it's just like I have no motivation. I like feel sorry for myself. Like I'm mad at myself a lot of times. And it's every time I have pizza, every
Mm.
time. And I'm
Hmm.
like, and it's because I like the dough. I like the thicker crust. Like I don't have like a thin crust. I have like a thicker crust. And it's just crazy. And that's just like listening, right? Like I only found that out now where I like kind of don't, I'm not eating sugar because the sugar, I was in this like crash cycle where I would eat the sugar because I'm not I don't drink caffeine either. So I would have this crash where I would have this sugar. I'd crash. I get emotional eating. I would emotional eat while I was trying to like cook myself some food.
Mm.
And then by the time the food would come, I would feel bad that I cooked my food. And so I would eat that too, you know? And it was like this like big cycle of like a
Yeah.
lot of eating for no reason and then I realized that the like hunger doesn't have a ration. It's not irrational. It's the hypoglycemic crash that is irrational. So like that has stopped. But now I'm starting to notice all the other foods because my mind is slowly quieting from all the other stuff. And I'm like, oh man, I'm just going to keep like, and one of my biggest fears is like, I'm just going to keep eliminating food and I'm not going to be eating anything. But like, at the same time, I think I would rather feel good and not be irritable and not be unworthy feeling and have like, vegetables and protein and like carbs that way, or like complex carbs or whatever. But like it's mostly, I would have to agree with you that like it really is not about eating healthier, period. It's about eating so that you can listen to your body and your body can tell you, because we got away from that when we're kids. Like we were forced to eat at specific times and we had to eat what was on the table, and like even if we didn't like it, even if it didn't feel good to our bodies, like, you know what I mean? Like we would kind of be forced to eat off of clean your whole plate, like, or you're not going to get anything else, or you have to go to bed hungry or whatever. And so there's like this, like getting away from what your body intuitively knows. So
Yeah, no,
I agree with you.
yeah, definitely true. And it's like this image popped in my head as the workers that create stuff like flour or dough and things like that. It's not them, but I feel like the bigger factories or the people that created that, like their intention was behind it, like we're gonna make them want this and they're gonna want this, and then this is gonna create like this low ball effect to where they're just numb to everything, and then they're gonna be better employees because I don't know, it just this image popped in my head.
Oh, I don't see it like that. I see it like someone had an idea and it went sideways really quickly. They're like, oh, it would be so great if we could make this like cheaper. And then they made it cheaper. And then that is like kind of like, and the tension behind it wasn't to like control everybody, but like it's also a good side effect to some because then they crave more or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think the first time that happened. I think a lot of times what happens is like people make it and they're like, okay, we need to cut costs. So we need to do this thing. Oh, it would be really helpful if we got rid of this part of the thing. And then that part of the thing created this new product that was more addictive. And now that we know it's more addictive, they don't want to change it because it makes them money. And that's the problem, right? Like and so I think that's how I see it. Like, I think for the most part, like, I just, think that people have these like great ideas and they don't think through what the side effect is. And then once they're like making money, they don't want to go back. You know what I mean? Because, or admit they made a mistake.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But we better move forward. We're never gonna get done.
Yep. I can't help it. It's like when we get together, we just can't stop talking.
I know. All right. So tell me what Spirit said to you today. Mine's pretty simple.
Yes. So my divine, they said to tell me that divine guidance is at my fingertips more than I realize. Follow my joy and my intuition. And then I felt called to pulling out cards. So I had pulled out a broken heart, reversed community, and then victory. And so to me, what they're saying is like, I'm going through this like broken heart with like my ego, like it's totally going through a shift, and I definitely felt it yesterday. And like I've been reversal in the community aspect. Like I haven't even talked to my best friend because I was just so into what like learning stuff. So like it basically says if you feel like you kind of cut yourself off, then first go in and make sure it's like not you cutting them off because your vibrations aren't on the same page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely need to go into that. And then but it's also, if you feel like you cut them off because you've been so too focused, then it's like, then get that communication back. But it also is a communication within my ego as well. Like I'm starting to cut the communication, but not in like a bad way, meaning like it's starting to, as we talked about, the death, like it's starting to reprogram itself slowly. So that communication that it used to be so loud, it's starting to finally diminish of like the opposite of what I'm trying to do. And then that's why the victory card come out, because as I'm going through this process of refining myself and reprogramming myself, then I'm going to have all this victory at the end, whether it's
nice
victory of financial abundance, there's that, but it's also a victory of my new me. Is that Sammy or is that Pete?
Yeah, they're both the ambulance went by.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I think that's really cool. I would agree. Like you do have to really suss out between if you're cutting somebody off because it's not in alignment versus and I don't think cutting someone off is it's kind of aggressive. I think there's like a nuance there. Like you don't have to just cut people out, but like you have to get some distance, especially if they're not in alignment with like where you're going, what you want to do,
Yeah.
or they're causing a lot of drama or like whatever, or they like want to gossip or the things that aren't really like aligned with you. And so I think that that's really like that's really good advice. And mine was like very simple. It was like the universe is good and everything will work out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everything will be okay. Like
Yeah.
just keep doing what you're doing in the present moment, being aware, practicing your gratitude, like the things that really make you feel grounded and secure and like bring you more self-awareness and consciousness. Like those are the things that you should follow your joy, you know what I mean? Like those are the things that can't go wrong. You can't really go wrong with those things,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, and that actually makes sense because of what we talked about before, like before we actually started. That was me not following just intuition. That is my joy. Like that's my joy to have the extra day off and have more time to actually do what I want to do, because like 2 days just never feels like enough. I'm like, if I just have one more day, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so that's me following intuition and joy. So they were just like definitely confirming that for me. And we have enough time if you want to do the what's that word?
Go ahead, read the quote.
Yeah, that thing. I was like, what's that word? When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you, which definitely like how it all lined up already.
Right. Yeah, I was actually playing and contemplating the idea yesterday. I was like, what if I just stopped wanting? Like, what if I just like didn't want and I just like accepted everything as is, like it and just like was like, yeah, those will come. Like whatever I want. Like
Yeah,
whatever I want. Like if I want more money, if I want a new job, if I want to move, it will come. And I don't have to focus on it. I don't have to choose anything. All I have to do is just like do in this moment, follow my heart, and like things will come to me. Like, what if, like, you know what I mean? I was just like contemplating
yeah,
that idea. And the resistance that came up was like, well, then if that is true, then like, then I can just sit on it goes to the extreme, right? Then I can just sit on the couch and be like a couch potato or whatever. But like, that's also not living either. So like, it's like, well, just do what feels right, in your heart and like
yeah,
whatever. And so, and that kind of like extreme arguments is really just all or nothing thinking. It's too extreme. Like people don't live in the extremes usually. Most people, like
yeah,
the majority of people don't live in the extremes. So it's not even like a valid argument because that would be the like bell curve, like outside of the bell curve. So
yeah.
anyway.
But I don't know, say I feel like that's part of the human experience is wanting, like because we do want things as human because it is physical. There's physical things that we want, because we are in a physical body. So I mean that's just how I feel about it. But yeah, if we could just kind of like not could once we get in that mindset and know and believe that it's okay to want something, but to know and believe that it will come. You know what I mean? Not to want it to the point where we're like kind of obsessed over it like I used to be, where I was like,
Yeah.
I want it. I need, I want to be a billionaire or I want to be a millionaire. I want to make, $10,000. Like I want, and it's like, I wanted it too much to where I realized going through this, that I was blocking myself, you know? So like that's why I say I agree with you, but then I also feel like it's like okay to want it as a human, but not obsess over it. Like want it, it's kind of almost like a manifestation. You want it, you visualize it, but then like release it and just believe that it's gonna come to you.
Right. I feel like sometimes we think that if we don't if we don't always obsess about it, it will never come. Right. Because
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
kind of has that like forcing,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
it's almost like, well, no, we have to like work harder to get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like that kind of mentality where it's like, if I forget that I don't want this thing, it won't come because I have to do it. I have to make it happen.
Yeah.
So
No, that
anyway,
actually goes definitely hand in hand with each other.
right. So anything else before we move forward?
No, I think I just played
Okay.
and did it.
So make a list of 3 things that you want the most. What would you experience be if you had all 3?
Ooh,
So I have I just came up with some real quick. Win the lottery, move to Scotland and have a studio warehouse space in Peru. And I would experience the freedom to experience on a regular basis, like consistently joy, adventure, pleasure.
that makes a lot of sense.
I think ease is in there too. Like the flow of things, like just being easy. Like if you didn't have to, if you had like like this is my thing. Like if I had abundance, like abundant basic, like my life is pretty joyful and ease filled right now anyway. But like if I had like where I didn't have to worry about money, like I feel like there would be like this ease to it. Like you wouldn't have to think about things that like occupy your mind all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's just like sometimes I feel like there's so much things that occupy your mind, like food, and like if I want to eat better, then I have to have more money because I want to go shopping at this specific place and that requires more money. And like so then you're like thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking about like budgets and money. And then you're thinking like, oh, I would love to go to Scotland and whatever. But then I was like, oh, well, what would I do with this or this or this? And then now you're just occupying your mind with all this like thoughts, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's not easy anymore. It's just like tedious and like worrisome and full of fear. And now you're in lack mentality because it's like all these like loose ends of anything that you decide that you want when you don't have that kind of thing. So
Yeah. No, absolutely.
that's what I feel like it is. Like I think there's like I would experience a lot of ease, a lot more joy, a lot more adventure because I feel like right now I'm currently in a spot in my life where adventure is like kind of hasn't been for a while because I'm like getting older and I'm sober and like my adventure came from like being in shitty situations or drama,
Yeah.
So but yeah, so that's kind of like what I got. And then what about you before I read the rest of it?
Um, so for me, I would say like winning the lottery, or I just put $1 billion, um, on a house. Like I want a house, and like a house with 3 bedrooms and a finished basement and a garage for business, and then a new car. Those are like the 3 things that like I would need in the most. And for the $1 billion or winning the lottery would be like I would be stress free and have financial freedom and time freedom, and I wouldn't ever have to worry about choosing between work or business or choosing between work and this, like, so that would be absolutely amazing. And then having a new car, like a nice, like brand new one off the lot, like then I wouldn't have to worry about breaking down in 6 months or, 1 year. It would be a couple of years. So
Yeah.
it'd just be a lot of joy and less stress. Like there wouldn't be any stress. But then again, I guess there would be. Now I go back at it because then once you get that money, then you're like kind of stressing, what do I want to do with it? But at at the beginning, there would be less stress. There would be like no stress because then you don't have to wake up stressing. Like even if I guess like even if I like when I had that $1 billion, I could be like, oh okay, I can go fix my car. I don't need a new car because I can fix mine. I don't have to worry. So I guess like the $1 billion like pretty much fixes everything. $1 billion would give me that house and the car and the.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it says, imagine the film fulfillment of these desires. Practice being fulfilled now. Close your eyes and practice being fulfilled now. Throughout the day, stop and practice being fulfilled.
I like that.
Okay. Next.
And then it says, you are the one who creates, you are the one who creates whether you are fulfilled or not. I definitely like that. And I acknowledge and thank Spirit Abundance Me as the money, credit cards, plants, fishermen, shopkeepers, cooks, natural gas, truck drivers, the people who created the lottery for those to be able to have a chance to win. And those in the places that actually sell the lottery tickets, and people that create food and farmers, and for participating in every meal and every product that I use today. Today, I am especially acknowledging paved roads. Which, yes, I'm glad they said that, because I-80 sucks.
Yeah. I acknowledge and thank eternal overflowing me as the money, credit cards, plants, fishermen, shopkeepers, cooks, natural gas, truck drivers, and Poshmark, and the Anna who's coming over to take pictures of my clothes, for participating in every meal and every product I use today. And today I'm especially acknowledging paved roads. They are nice.
Mhm.
Awesome.
For
And how
sure.
are you? Are you with the bedtime exercises? Are you caught up?
Yes, I just have 2 more to do, and then I'll be caught up, and then today, so like altogether 3. Which I was gonna do that yesterday, but I'm gonna do those 2 throughout the day. Like I really want to add that in my day, because I let the stress of work take me over sometimes, because of like we have that go 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 mentality. The faster we are, the more money we make. So like I felt called to like adding the last 2 days in throughout my day, to learn to go into the meditation, and be grateful for myself, so
Right.
like I want to add those in today.
And I would actually challenge you, if you're up for it, to realize that that's the belief that you have. That you stated in the very beginning of this intention. It was that you have to work hard to get money. So
Yeah.
like, and I would even say that if you were to slow down, you might actually make more money, because you don't have to, like, you're not going to make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean slow in the sense of like snail's pace. I mean
No,
flow.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The flow, the slowness of flow.
Yeah.
Go with the flow and like whatever, because I tend to like have this, like, I things work out when you're not like speedy or whatever.
Yeah.
So
And I also want to say that I came to the realization, when you think about your environment, because we created our space now, we created our environments. So I was like, well, what does my job represent? Like, oh, it's very stressful sometimes. You know what I mean? It's a stressful job. And, I see how the people are, because that is how they put it in our mind as well. Like, the faster you are, the more money you make, because we don't get paid hourly. We get paid per store and per, whatever run we're going to. So I was like, wow, I created a stressful environment. I was very stressed out. Like, that makes so much sense. And so, like, I'm slowly realizing that as well. So that's why I was like, yeah, I want to stop in between them, instead of getting done, getting in the truck and go. I want to take that few minutes for myself. You know what I mean? And breathe.
yeah, and be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay. Well, all right.
Yeah.
We are going to end this. Everybody that's watching, have a blessed day. Let me just